Katie Shields with Hollywood Times here. We're going to have a discussion here. We had an amazing, that panel was so great. I am 66 years old, and I have never done virtual reality or any of that stuff. And listening to all of you, it made me excited and nervous at the same time. So I've got some questions here I'm going to ask. Go ahead and take the mic.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Noam Argov. I'm the writer-director of a film named Verse that we talked about at the panel. That's half motion capture animation and half live action.
Very good. Okay, question is, I'll take this from you. As an independent filmmaker, what were the biggest creative or technical challenges you faced while building a virtual world and then filming inside it?
The whole movie. No, I mean, this was the hardest thing I've ever done. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into at all, and I think maybe for most of us, if I had known, maybe I wouldn't have tried, so it was good that I didn't know. But, yeah, I mean, I think just, I was so new to this, and we had to, invent, a new world and a new game. We had to build, the infrastructure of the game in a game engine. And, yeah, I probably won't be doing that again for a long time. But, I mean, I think it was, having to create the tools that you want to use and then using those tools. And so when the thing you see in your head doesn't exist yet, which is most of filmmaking, but especially when you're kind of experimenting with technology, it's both really, really fun and really difficult. So the whole movie was hard.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sappir Argov. I'm a writer-actor, and I was the writer with Noam of Verse.
Great. Here we go. Okay. How did you experience in game design influence the way you develop the characters, environments, and audience experience in Verse?
Yeah, I think a lot of the chemistry between the actors led to a lot of the chemistry that we experienced inside the game design. And I think it was really interesting kind of getting on set and workshopping it as writers through the mocap experience, and having kind of the creative freedom to build these worlds that we wouldn't have been able to build without the virtual production side of things. So I think it was really cool to kind of start from the script, knowing we're going to have this virtual space, and then getting to actually experience it with the actors. And I think it developed, which is something cool that I think isn't as possible with just a live action film. So it was exciting.
I have to say, at the panel, I thought yours was really awesome. I really had to pay attention to what you were saying, but it's wow, I really liked it. Introduce yourself.
Dr. Eric Leonardis. I'm a neuroscientist at the Salk Institute, and I was the science advisor on Verse.
Okay, I'll get it back from you. Can performing through an avatar help people explore difficult experiences or parts of their identity? And are the psychological risks creators should consider?
So, I mean, when it comes to working through difficult experiences, I think those things are often should be done in a clinical space. So, self-experimentation can only go so far, and you got to make sure to seek professional help to deal with those things if you ever need to do that. However, yes, I do think that, exploring virtual possibilities of other types of selves can be a constructive thing. It could be a destructive thing. It really depends how you approach it. If you approach it in a positive and constructive mindset, then I think it could be a really interesting thing to explore.
Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Michael Ralla. I'm a visual effects supervisor.
Great. How did the visual effects work on Sinners balance advanced technology with the need to keep the performances and story emotionally grounded?
Great question. Performance above everything. That was the one thing that we focused on the most, and that was also the one parameter that Ryan as well as Michael gave us that was non-negotiable all the way through. Everything was grounded in physical and practical photography, and then enhanced wherever and whenever needed, but always with a photographic end result in mind. Always in service of the story.
Hi, I'm Nicole Pacent. I'm an actor, and I play Mystique in the upcoming Wolverine for PS5.
The panel, it was cool hearing all about that, and you watch that movie and it's kind of like the trailer is I watch it and I'm like, it's so violent, but it's so awesome. It's right? It's Wolverine. It's I'm watching it like this, with one eye closed, and my kids are like, Mom or Grandma, get over it. That's what Wolverine does. And I'm like, okay. It's really a lot. Okay, when the audience sees an animated character rather than your face, what techniques help you communicate emotion through your voice, body, and movement?
Oh, well, it is my face. So that's in this case because I did performance capture. My face is Mystique's face. Mystique's face is my face, which is still an insane thing to say. But that said, there was also a lot of just like VO booth sessions. 4 hours at a time, where you're just doing lines that they didn't catch or that they wanted to add, or doing what are called efforts. Which is like a fighting effort or a hiding or whatever it is. And so with that, actually, it's acting like it's anything else. I mean, in fact, sometimes in the VO booth, because I don't have a camera on my face, sometimes I actually think that I lean even more into it. I get even deeper in. There are times I've left the VO booth and been like, that was thrilling, because I feel like I've like gone through an entire story, and it's so much fun. But in terms of the body, I will say, like, being a physically based actor and having trained that way and having been an athlete for my whole life, like, that has served me enormously in the performance capture space, because there's like just no room for a kind of neck up acting in this. You really have to embody. These are creatures, they are creatures, and so I don't know. It comes from the ground up. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
My name is Phia. I am the host of the Virtual Reality Show YouTube channel. I do content about social VR and the communities inside it, and I get to showcase all the cool things happening in virtual worlds right now.
Also on the panel, you're very entertaining. It's like, I have no clue what you were talking about. I'm being totally honest. Now I've got a grandson who's 16 who's glued to his PC doing all kinds of stuff. So I can't wait to get home to tell him all about this so he can look you up, and then maybe I'll finally figure out what it is that you do. As virtual identities become more immersive, how do you think the relationship between our physical selves and our avatars will continue to evolve?
Oh man, it is a lot different having a virtual body than it is just having a virtual persona, because with the virtual body, you get to express yourself. What do you look like? How do you move? Do those movements translate to your virtual avatar? And it becomes this almost extension of you, or in some ways, maybe even a more true version of yourself, because there is no physical appearance that people can judge other than the one that you're portraying to the world. So I think in a lot of ways, it's a really powerful tool for people to find themselves, express themselves through gender or anything that they're interested in. But at the same time, I do think that people have to be careful, because they can lose themselves in the virtual world and forget the value of real relationships and the physical reality that are just as meaningful and very important to maintain. So I think finding a balance between who you are on the inside and the outside is going to be the most important thing for the future generations.
I'm going to ask a question for all of you to answer if you can, okay? So the question is, what advice would each of you give an independent creator who wants to experiment with virtual production but has limited budget and a small team? We'll go with you.
Find people who know more than you do. I worked with so many amazing people on this movie. Like, we brought in and all very DIY and indie filmmakers in New York and students. Like, we found some animators. We found my friend helped with the lighting. And so these tools are accessible online. A lot of them are free, and we're all kind of using similar tools. And if you can find someone to teach you and start playing around and not being afraid of experimentation, the world is yours.
I think my biggest advice is that you can learn. It may be very daunting, because if it's a world you haven't seen before, but I think, like Noam said, surround yourself with people who know more than you do, and don't be afraid to fail at it, and pick yourself up and try again. You can learn how to do it, and when you do, it's really gratifying.
So even as a science advisor, I think it's really important to think about cinematography, to think about the structure and language of film. How is a shot structured? What is a sequence? What is a montage? How can you tell your story with those elements?
The advice I would give is figure out your story first. Know what you want to tell, and then you'll figure out what is needed to do that.
I'm just going to speak to the acting side of this. I mean, honestly, if you want to direct actors in performance capture, or if you are an actor yourself and want to prepare for the day that you'll be able to do that, like watch as many behind the scenes mocap, PCAP videos as you can find, and watch how they go through the process. It will prepare you better than almost anything. Talk to people who have been in that space, get advice that way. And I'm a class dork, so I love education. So I would say if you can find like any workshops or ongoing classes on video games for actors, do it to it.
I started with very little, so if there's a will, there's a way. It's really just about seeing if you have an idea, you can make it happen. You don't have to have the best of the best equipment or expensive software or anything like that. It's literally about if you have an idea, just make it happen. Somebody will find it and you'll get better and better at everything you make. And the small iterations add up. That's what makes someone really great, is all that experience that you build over time. So just making things now is what matters.
So I'm going to ask you each, let's have your social media so we can find you.
Yes. You can find me on YouTube as The Virtual Reality Show or Twitter as PHIA_bunny.
You can find me on Instagram at Nicole Pacent. That's NicolePacent.
Instagram, Michael Ralla VFX.
You can find me on Instagram, Eric Leonardis, EricLeonardis.
Instagram and all my socials, Sappir Argov, SAPPIRARGOV.
Instagram, Noam Argov, NOAMARGOV 12, but I'm not on there very much.
Yay! Very good for you. Thank you very much for talking to Hollywood Times. It was an amazing panel. Y'all did great. Thank you so much. Thank you.